you on with Brian. Can you ask him if he wants me to wait for Paige or if I should just go at 2:28 like the script says? Oh, there she is.
I don't think I'll miss it.
We're good.
That's awesome. I'll let the team know. Yeah, quick. Just wait 1 second.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us here today. Our ceremony will begin momentarily. If you could please take your seats and silence all electronic devices at this time, if you wouldn't mind. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Superintendent, United States Air Force Academy, Lieutenant General Richard Clark, and the Athletic Director, United States Air Force Academy, Mr. Nathan Pine, would like to welcome you to this afternoon's ceremony. I'm Jesse Kurtz, one of the radio broadcasters for Air Force football, and it's my honor to be here with you today on your very special day, so I appreciate the invitation to take part. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the arrival of the official party and remain standing for the playing honors and the playing of the national anthem. Welcome to this year's Directorate of Athletics Cadet Athlete Awards ceremony. We would like to first recognize USAFA's senior leader team and thank them for their attendance. We'd also like to recognize and welcome the generous sponsors and presenters of the Cadet Athlete Awards, as well as the award winners' coaches. Their attendance, along with the presence of many family members and friends of this year's awards recipients joining us here in person or via our live stream, exemplifies our pride in your accomplishments. We gather today to pay tribute to those cadets who have excelled individually in their athletic endeavors and to those who have displayed exceptional leadership on and off the field, and those who have stood out among their teammates as outstanding contributors in the fall of 2020 and the spring of 2021 seasons. These athletes have faced exceptional challenges this year and have risen above those challenges with your superior athletic performances. Each cadet today earning an award will receive a beautiful eagle and fledgling sculpture. This elegant bronze casting, given only to the winners of our individual awards, is symbolic of the Academy and the Air Force's core values of integrity first, service before self, and excellence in all we do. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to introduce the United States Air Force Academy's Superintendent, Lieutenant General Richard Clark.
Good afternoon, everyone. To some of you, good afternoon again, I guess. But this is so amazing to see our athletes here and to celebrate this pillar of our academy. And I will tell you that there is no pillar that allows us to execute our core mission to develop leaders of character like athletics does. Every pillar has its, I guess, way that we shape character in our performers, in our cadets, in our leaders. But the one thing about athletics is that it does it in a way that sometimes you don't even know it's happening. Because in athletics, there's never this place where you're always comfortable. You're either trying to get better, you're trying to win, you're trying to overcome adversity. And it reminds me of the Martin Luther King quote, "The true measure of a man or woman is not during times of comfort and convenience, but during times of challenge and controversy." And we see that in athletics on a constant basis. And when we talk about developing leaders of character here at the Air Force Academy, there's three efforts that all of our mission elements, whether we're in the commandant's space and doing our military training and all the activities that she has for us, or we're in the classroom with the dean of faculty and her team and challenging our cadets academically, or on the fields or the ice. It's those times of difficulty that make us the best. And when we talk about it, we talk about living honorably, living in accordance with our core values: integrity first, service before self, excellence in all we do. That's what living honorably is all about. We talk about elevating performance, always trying to get better, whether you're on the ice trying to skate just a little bit faster, or on the field trying to get those extra yards, or knock those seconds off your time, or add those pounds to your lift. It's about getting better at every opportunity to elevate your performance. And probably most importantly, lifting others. It's about your teammates and helping them be their best possible selves. And we see that in every element of the academy, and I know that you athletes understand exactly what I'm talking about. And there's two athletes that come to mind very clearly in my time, especially when I was the commandant. And one of them was, and this is back in 2011, one of them was named Seth Kelsey, and he was a fencer. And he was in a pretty critical fencing match. I think it was one of the qualifying matches that he was in. And he got tagged on the foot, but the referee didn't see it. And Seth called it out, and he said, "No, that was a touch by my opponent on my foot. You missed it." He lost the match. Seth lost the match. But what was important was his honor. He competed in an honorable way, and that's what we need our athletes, especially our athletes here, to do and to take with you. The other athlete was a guy named Will Kent. He was a thrower on the track and field team in 2011. And he scratched on one of his throws, and it was a breakthrough throw for him, personal record, and it would have won the meet for him. But he scratched. And it wasn't seen, but he saw it. And he couldn't live with that. And he couldn't know that he would have won with that scratch happening. He wasn't going to take the victory that way. It was either win with honor or don't win. And that's what he did. And he was selected as the NCAA Sportsman of the Year. But those are just two stories of so many, of people who have overcome injuries, of people who have lifted teammates, of people who have fought to win, and even when they didn't, they got back up and they kept fighting. That's what developing leaders of character is all about. That's what living honorably, elevating performance, and lifting others is all about. And what I will tell every one of our athletes is you've learned it on the fields, on the ice, on the courts, on the track. Now you got to take it into the air, into space, into cyberspace, because it matters as much there as it does anywhere else. So take those lessons that you've learned in Air Force athletics with you as airmen and guardians, and lead our country in the great power competition, I repeat, competition that we're involved in right now. You're competing every bit as much for our country as you did for your school when you go in as lieutenants. So thank you all for being here, and I especially want to thank our coaches, our athletic director staff, all the people that make it possible for our athletes to compete, especially this year. You drove through. You guys were absolutely incredible to be able to compete in this COVID environment, and you earned the successes that you had. And I want to thank our families who are here today. Thank you for supporting these athletes, these cadets, and everything that they do, and helping them to be the leaders of character that they are. Thank you.
Thank you, General Clark. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it's my honor to introduce United States Air Force Academy's Athletics Director, Mr. Nathan Pine.
All right. Thank you all for being here with us today, and welcome. For those that weren't able to join us in person, thanks for tuning in to the video stream and helping us to celebrate these outstanding young men and women. And so nice to see faces and have folks in person. It's been a while since we could do it, and really appropriate that we're getting here this spring in graduation and to celebrate these accomplishments. So thank you. I've been thoroughly impressed throughout this challenging year with all the hard work and dedication that our cadet athletes have shown. Resiliency and being able to adjust to all of the different things that we've asked and we've needed to do to adjust to COVID in order to compete is nothing short of remarkable. The athletic department's heavily involved in leadership development, as you heard from General Clark, of all 4,000 plus cadets here at the Academy. Our department builds leaders through intramurals, PE classes, physical fitness testing, and intercollegiate athletics programs. And that's those that we're here to celebrate today, the outstanding cadet athletes from our intercollegiate programs. General Clark mentioned it, as an athletic department, we couldn't do our mission without the incredible support of our community partners, our sponsors, our donors, our family, and our friends. And these cadet athletes couldn't do it without their personal support systems too. So cadets, please join me in a round of applause for your support system and the folks that got you here today. To my other mission element teammates, thank you for your leadership. Thank you for what you have helped to create in these incredible young men and women. I would say there's a job well done. Success this year was simply going to be competing as we started to figure out COVID, and we were going to compete in spite of it because the athletics mission at the Academy is paramount. But as you'll hear, we actually had a pretty good 2021. Here are just a few of the high-level accomplishments that I'd like to call out before we get into the individual awards. Our Falcon teams won 3 conference championships this year. We had 8 of our teams participate in NCAA postseason championships. There were 5 individuals who earned Player of the Year honors. And we've had 26 All-Americans so far this year, with 2 teams still competing. So I expect we're going to add to that number in the coming weeks. And finally, and maybe most importantly to many, we finished with an 11-2 record versus Army and Navy, 8-1 versus Army, and 3-1 versus Navy. So we're competing well nationally, we're competing well against our sister service academies, and we're doing it the right way. It's been quite a year indeed. So in closing, please enjoy today's award ceremony and all of the events leading up to Wednesday's graduation. This is a special week, and this is a special week in the lives of these impressive men and women. Congratulations to all of our award winners who are about to bring up. Your leadership in your sport and in the locker room made your teammates better, and those are the qualities that are going to serve you well when you go on to lead in our Air Force and Space Force. So let's get on with the award recognitions. Go Falcons.
Thank you, Mr. Pine. General Clark, if you can please join us here at center stage to take a picture with this year's award recipients, sponsors, and coaches. We'll now begin with the presentation of our individual awards. The Most Valuable Baseball Player Award is presented in memory of Captain Valmore W. Bork, class of 1960. Presenting the award is baseball coach Mike Kozlowski, and our recipient is Cadet 4th Class Paul Skeens, Squadron 9. Freshman Paul Skeens is poised to earn Mountain West Freshman of the Year honors this year, as well as an All-American status in his first season as a Falcon. The Lake Forest, California native leads the team in most every offensive category, ranks in the top 10 in 10 offensive categories in the Mountain West, and nationally ranks in the top 100 in 7 categories. In addition, he serves as the team closer on the mound and ranks 7th in the nation with 10 saves, which is an Academy freshman record. He's the only player in Division I baseball to have double-digit home runs, 11, and has 10 saves. He has started every game for the Falcons and has had a hit in all but 8 games. The Most Valuable Men's Basketball Player Award is sponsored by Lieutenant Colonel Stephen A. Simon, United States Air Force retired, and Lieutenant Colonel Paula S. Simon, United States Air Force retired. Presenting the award are Colonel Simon and basketball coach Mark Hollum, and our recipient is Cadet First Class Christopher D. Joyce, Squadron 40. Senior co-captain Chris Joyce is the MVP for Air Force men's basketball. He ranks 2nd on the team in scoring, averaging 10.4 points per game. Joyce averaged 32 minutes per game for the Falcons, which ranked 10th best in the Mountain West. He also ranked 2nd on the team with 33 three-pointers. He's one of 3 players to start all 25 games for Air Force. On to the Most Valuable Women's Basketball Player Award, which is sponsored in memory of the Women Air Force Service Pilots of World War II. The recipient is Cadet 2nd Class Riley Snyder, Squadron 7, who could not attend today as she's preparing to work basic training for the class of 2025. Junior Riley Snyder was tabbed as the MVP. She was the leading scorer and earned all Mountain West honorable mention nods. She finished 5th in the league in points per game. She had 8 20-point games, 4 of which happened in the last 6 games. She crested the 1,000 all-time career points mark against New Mexico, becoming the 18th all-time Falcon, I should say, to achieve the feat. The Most Valuable Cadet in Boxing Excellence Award is sponsored by the Rampart Chapter Association of Graduates. Presenting the award is Lieutenant Colonel Bill Riley and boxing coach Blake Baldy. The recipient is Cadet Second Class Zachary Phillips, Squadron 30. In his only appearance of the year, Junior Zach Phillips earned the 145-pound title at the Cincinnati Fitness and Boxing Spring Showdown in late March after claiming a decision over Jacob Maslick of Cincinnati Fitness Boxing. Next up, the Most Valuable Cheerleader Award. Presenting the award is cheerleading coach Laura Hutchin. The recipient is Cadet First Class Thomas Chandler, Squadron 22. Senior Thomas Chandler served as the team captain in one of the most trying seasons ever and did an outstanding job of keeping the team together and motivated during times of not being able to perform. He also served a vital role in selecting the team for next season and leading off-season training. The Most Valuable Men's Cross Country Runner Award is sponsored by the United Services Automobile Association, Mountain States Region. Presenting the award is Colonel David Morrissey, United States Air Force retired, class of 1990, and cross-country coach Ryan Cole. The recipient is Cadet First Class Scott Johnson, Squadron 4. Scott helped the Air Force to a Mountain West Championship, a top 20 national ranking, and an appearance at the NCAA Cross Country Championships. The senior finished 7th in the conference meet, earning first-team All-Mountain West accolades and helping the men to their 3rd Mountain West title. At the national meet, Johnson, the only member of the Falcons' 2020 lineup to have previously competed at the NCAA Championships, finished within the top half of the 251 runner field. The Most Valuable Women's Cross Country Runner Award is sponsored by the American Legion Auxiliary National Headquarters. Presenting the award is Miss Lisa Williamson and Coach Cole. The recipient is Cadet First Class Mahala Norris, Squadron 15. Cadet Norris also won the Most Valuable Track and Field Competitor Award, which is given in memory of General Claire Chenot. The overall Most Valuable Women's Athlete Award, which was presented earlier today. So long list of accomplishments settle in here. She's had an outstanding year. Mahala finished 4th at the NCAA Championship in mid-March, earning her 2nd All-America Award in cross country and recording the highest ever by a member of the women's team at the NCAA Division I level, and the Falcons' best individual finish since 1995. The senior also claimed the individual Mountain West Championship, first ever for a Mountain West women's cross-country team. In the midst of a historic senior season that spans both track and cross-country, Norris garnered first-team All-America honors during the indoor track and field season, clocking the 3rd fastest indoor 5,000-meter time in Academy history at 15 minutes, 51.73 seconds to finish 4th at the national meet. That finish came just 1 week after winning the Mountain West Cross Country title and 3 days before taking 4th at the NCAA Cross Country Championships, which was the best NCAA indoor replacement in the running event since 2010. Her success continues in the outdoor season. Norris tallied championship meet record times in both the 3,000-meter steeplechase with an Academy record of 9 minutes, 44.10 seconds, just the 2nd steeplechase of her career, and the 5,000-meter run, 15 minutes, 39.13 seconds, the 2nd fastest in Academy history, first race of the season at that distance at the Mountain West Outdoor Championships. Outstanding season. Next up, the Most Valuable Diver Award. Presenting the award is diving coach Stan Curnow. The recipient is Cadet First Class Cole Armagost, Squadron 39. Senior Cole Armagost had the top dive in each of the 3 events for Air Force in 2020-2021 and qualified for the NCAA Zone E competition in each dive. He placed in the top 3 at the WAC Championships in each dive as well, taking the silver in the 1 meter and platform and the bronze in the 3 meter. Congratulations. And now the Most Valuable Fencer Award. Presenting the award is fencing coach Lieutenant Colonel Sarah Cooper, and our recipient is Cadet Third Class Matthew Hahn, Squadron 36. Sophomore Matthew Hahn posted a 25-24 overall record, ranking 3rd on the team in bout victories. Hahn earned second team All-America honors with his 7th place finish at the men's épée at the 2021 NCAA Fencing Championships. It was Hahn's 2nd All-America honor. Next, the Most Valuable Women's Fencer Award. Presenting the award is Lieutenant Colonel Sarah Cooper, and a recipient is Cadet Second Class Erin Shea, Squadron 6. Junior Erin Shea posted a 13-8 record in women's saber. Her .619 bout win percentage did lead the team this year. Now on to football. The Most Valuable Football Defensive Award, and presenting this award is football coach Troy Calhoun, and our recipient is Cadet First Class Elisha Palm, Squadron 3. Senior defensive back Elisha Palm started all 6 games in 2020 and led the team in tackles with 38, including 27 unassisted. He also had 1.5 tackles for loss, which ranked 3rd on the team. Palm ranked 8th in the Mountain West in passes defended and had a team-high 3. He recorded a career-high 9 tackles and 1.5 tackles for loss and had his first career interception against San Jose State. The Most Valuable Football Lineman or Special Teams Award is sponsored by the Association of Graduates, the United States Air Force Academy. The recipient is Cadet First Class George Sylvanik, Squadron 5, who could not join us today. He's got a pretty good excuse. He's attending camp with the Los Angeles Rams. We'll tell you about George's fantastic senior season. He was an honorable mention All-Mountain West selection after leading the Falcons in tackles for loss with 4.5 and quarterback sacks with 2.5. He was the 2nd on the team in tackles with 34 and recorded a career-high 11 tackles and had a tackle for loss at Army. Sylvanik moved from offensive to defensive line just 2 weeks prior to the season opener against Navy. The Most Valuable Football Offensive Award is sponsored by Colonel David Goiting, United States Air Force retired, and Master Sergeant Janice Goiting, United States Air Force retired, and is given in memory of Captain Martin S. Beziak. The recipient is Cadet First Class Parker Ferguson, Squadron 4, who also could not be here with us today as he's currently with the New York Jets training camp. The senior offensive lineman earned first team All Mountain West honors and was on the Outland Trophy watch list in 2020. He earned the selection to play in the Hula Bowl All-Star Game, the first Air Force offensive lineman to be selected for the game since 2005. Ferguson helped anchor the Air Force offensive line that led Air Force to a national #1 ranking in rushing, second time in program history that's happened, 305.7 yards on the ground per game. The Most Valuable Football Player Award is sponsored by the Air Force Academy Quarterback Club of Denver. Presenting the award is the president of the club, Mr. Brad Bernero, and Coach Calhoun. The recipient is Cadet First Class Nolan Laufenberg, Squadron 9. Senior offensive lineman Nolan Laufenberg earned first team All Mountain West honors, was on the Outland Trophy Award watch list in 2020. He earned preseason All-America honors by the Walter Camp Football Foundation, USA Today, and the Associated Press, as well as being recognized as one of 5 All-American offensive linemen by Pro Football Focus. Laufenberg also helped anchor that offensive line that led Air Force to a #1 national ranking in rushing offense. The Most Valuable Men's Golfer Award is presented by Brigadier General John M. Andrew, United States Air Force retired, class of 1976, and Mrs. Sandy Andrew. Presenting the award is golf coach George Corey, and our recipient is Cadet First Class Kyle Spencer, Squadron 25. Senior captain, Kyle Spencer led the Falcons with a 75.44 season stroke average. He had a team-high 5 rounds at par or better in a season that was shortened to just 18 rounds due to the pandemic. Spencer saved his best for last, shooting a season-best 218 +2 at the Mountain West Championships in Tucson, and in the final round, he matched his career-best round of 69. Congratulations. You bet, bud. Next up is the Most Valuable Men's Gymnast Award. The award is sponsored by the friends and family of Mr. Jasper D. Ackerman in his memory. Presenting the award is gymnastics coach Josh Lozier, and the recipient is Cadet First Class Frankie Valentin, Squadron 25. Frankie Valentin had a remarkable senior year for the Falcons, advancing to the NCAA championships in the all-around and qualifying for the U.S. Championships. Valentin, who became just the 7th Falcon to earn MPSF All-Academic Scholar Athlete honors in every year of eligibility, led the team on the still rings and all-around in 2021. Following an 80.300 performance in the win over William and Mary, he became just the 2nd Air Force gymnast to break the 80-point tally in all-around. The Most Valuable Women's Gymnast Award is sponsored by the family and friends of Lieutenant Colonel Carolyn Farney, class of 1985 in her memory. The recipient is Cadet Second Class Deja Stevenson, Squadron 9, who could not be with us here today. She'll be a cadre for basic training, class of 2025. Deja was tabbed as the team's MVP this season. She competed in every event in every meet this season with the exception of the season opener. She posted 3 career best scores on the season and won first place on 7 occasions. Her 9.9 on the floor exercise is a career high and ties for the highest score by any Falcon on the season. The Most Valuable Ice Hockey Player Award is sponsored by Ms. Margot Henderson and Mrs. Lisa Marie Henderson Nelson in memory of First Lieutenant Hal K. Henderson, class of 1967. Presenting the award is hockey coach Frank Saratori. The recipient is Cadet Third Class William Rhyme, Squadron 10. Sophomore Willie Rhyme was hockey's leading scorer with 12 points on 6 goals and 6 assists in 14 games. He led the team with 2 game winners, netting both of them in overtime as the Falcons beat Bentley on February 1st and Canisius on February 19th. The winger from North Oaks, Minnesota, had a career-best 2 goals in the win over Canisius and 2 points in the game, 2 points in a game 3 times this past season. He scored a point in the final 6 games, the longest streak of his career and the longest by a Falcon this season. On to the Most Valuable Lacrosse Player Award. This award is given in memory of First Lieutenant Michael Sands, class of 1971. Presenting the award is lacrosse coach Bill Wilson, and the recipient is Cadet First Class Matthew O'Rourke, Squadron 10. Senior midfielder Matthew O'Rourke, a 4-year letter winner, concluded the season with 21 points via 11 goals and 10 assists, highlighted by a hat-trick performance against top-ranked Duke. He concluded his career at Air Force as the Falcons' active leader in career assists with 28. And now the Most Valuable Cadet in Rifle Marksmanship Award. The award is given in honor of United States Air Force Academy Purple Heart recipients. Our recipient today is Cadet Second Class Peter Fiore, Squadron 32, who could not be here with us today because he's attending the Olympic trials. Junior Peter Fiore finished the year as the College Rifle Coaches Association second team All-American in both the small bore and air rifle. He also earned third team honors for aggregate scoring. Fiore earned conference honors for both guns following the Patriot Rifle Conference Championship. This is Fiore's 3rd Most Valuable Marksman Award of his career. Next up, Most Valuable Men's Soccer Player Award, sponsored by the Colorado Parents Club. A recipient is Cadet Third Class London Agedu, Squadron 21, who couldn't be here with us today, as he also will be a cadre for basic training for the incoming class. Sophomore defender London Agedu was tabbed as the team's MVP. He was a linchpin defender for the team, starting in all 13 matches on the season, recorded 1,121 minutes on the pitch, the most by any player on the squad, with the exception of the goalkeeper. Agedu concluded the season with 2 goals and an assist, the most by a Falcon defender. The Most Valuable Women's Soccer Player Award is presented by Lieutenant Colonel Carl Jansen, United States Air Force Reserve retired, class of 1968, and Mrs. Debbie Jansen. The recipient is Cadet Third Class Kayla Milford, Squadron 29, who couldn't be with us here today, as she also will be working basic training. The sophomore started in all 8 games on defense, totaling the 2nd most minutes at 695. She played every minute in 6 of 8 matches, including all 90 minutes on defense in a 1-0 win over Wyoming. The Most Valuable Men's Swimmer Award is sponsored by the Rye family in memory of Captain Brian A. Rye, class of 1971. Presenting the award is swimming coach Rob Clayton. The recipient is Cadet Second Class Isaac Gwynn, Squadron 31. Junior Isaac Gwynn was named the WAC Swimmer of the Year, winning 3 individual events, and was a part of a winning relay, and set 2 school records at the 2021 WAC Championships. He qualified for the NCAA Championships and finished 18th in the 100 back with a school record time of 46.07 seconds. Next, the Most Valuable Women's Swimmer Award, and a recipient is Cadet Third Class Cephalina Maley, Squadron 8, who couldn't be here with us today. She also will be working basic training for the class of 2025. The sophomore, Cephalina Miley, earned all-conference recognition in the 50 free, 100 free, and 200 free. She's the first Air Force swimmer to earn all Mountain West in 3 events since 2017. In addition, her prelim time of 50 in the 50 free of 23.16 seconds and the 200 free, which was 1 minute 50.01 seconds, were 3rd and 6th best times in Academy history, respectively, while her 100 time of 50.12 seconds earlier in the season was the 2nd quickest in Academy history. And now the most valuable men's tennis player award. This award is given in memory of Lieutenant General Francis Gideon, United States Air Force. Presenting the award is tennis coach Dan Oosterhuis. The recipient is Cadet First Class Paul Hendricks, Squadron 2. Senior and team captain Paul Hendricks captured the men's tennis MVP for the 2nd time in his career. The senior posted 6 wins at #1 singles and 10 wins at #1 doubles. He earned all Mountain West singles and doubles for the 2nd time in his career, and he is the first multiple all-conference honoree for this program since 2012-2013. The Carol Gilchrist Bassett Award for the most valuable women's tennis player is sponsored by Mr. Kimbrough Bassett in her memory. Presenting the award on his behalf is tennis coach Andrew Veter. The recipient is Cadet First Class Meredith Jones, Squadron 13. Senior and team captain Meredith Jones posted 8 wins for the Falcons, playing all 16 singles matches at #1. The senior had 16 combined wins on the season, also playing primarily at #1 doubles as well. Jones graduates with 133 career combined wins, and her 73 career doubles wins ranks 10th all-time at Air Force. The most valuable men's track and field athlete award is sponsored by the Wilson family and friends in memory of Brigadier General James V.G. Wilson. Presenting the award is Miss Mary Thompson and Coach Scotty Steffen. The recipient is Cadet First Class Greg Skaggy. Senior pole vaulter Greg Skaggy had a strong senior season, earning All-America honors during the indoor season and successfully defended his Mountain West title during the outdoor season. Skaggy, who cleared a career-best 17 feet 9 3/4 inches on 2 separate occasions to post the 8th best indoor clearance in Academy history, earned second-team All-America honors after a 12th place finish at the national meet. Prior to winning the Mountain West outdoor title and leading the Falcons to a 1-2-3 finish, Skaggy equaled his career best outdoor clearance of 17 feet 6 1/2 inches at the Twilight Open to stand 11th on the program's all-time outdoor standings and finish the regular season ranked in the nation's top 30. And now the most valuable men's track and field competitor award. This award is given in memory of Mr. Arnie Arneson. Presenting the award is track and field coach Ralph Lindeman, and our recipient is Cadet Third Class Sam Gilman. Sam Gilman is in the midst of a stellar sophomore campaign, rewriting the Academy history in the 1,500-meter run. During his first outdoor season, Gilman deleted nearly a second off the Academy record, clocking a time of 3 minutes, 40.39 seconds at the Drake Relays. He also clocked a meet record time of 3 minutes, 40.44 seconds to win the Mountain West, finished first in 2 additional races at the Stanford Invitational and the West Coast Relays, claimed back-to-back Mountain West Athlete of the Week honors, and qualified to the NCAA Championships in his signature event. Next, the Most Valuable Women's Track and Field Competitor Award. This award is given in memory of General Claire Chenot. And presenting the award is Coach Lindemann. Reverse. The recipient is Cadet First Class Maria Mettler. Although Maria's senior season has been drastically shortened by injury, she still broke the academy record and qualified to the NCAA Championships in the 10,000-meter run. Mettler crushed the program standard and qualified to the Olympic trials during a winning performance at the Sound running track meet in early December, 32 minutes, 9.37 seconds before being sidelined until mid-May. Her return to competition at the conference meet, Mettler placed 5th with a time that served as a qualifying mark for the upcoming NCAA Championships. Most Valuable Volleyball Player Award is sponsored by the United Services Automobile Association, Mountain States Region. Presenting the award is Colonel David Morrissey, United States Air Force retired, class of 1990, and volleyball coach Elise Richardson. The recipient is Cadet Second Class Bailey Keith, Squadron 13. An all-conference selection, Bailey Keith led the team in kills with 130, kills per set with 2.45, and points 150.5 as a junior, while averaging 224 hitting on 352 swings. She also accounted for 1.17 digs and 0.51 blocks per set, defensive stats that help Air Force hold its opponents to a league-low 0.151 average. The Most Valuable Water Polo Award is sponsored by Lieutenant Colonel Jeffrey Heidmas, United States Air Force retired, class of 1977, and Miss Heidemus, on behalf of Colonel Heidemus's parents, whose 3 sons, Jeff, Walt, class of 1976, and Phil, class of 1980, were all recipients of this award. Presenting the award is former coach Colonel Jeff Heidemus and current coach Ryan Brown. The recipient is Cadet Third Class Grant Snyder, Squadron 12. Sophomore Grant Snyder earned second-team All-America honors from the Association of Collegiate Water Polo Coaches. His second-team honor is the highest in program history. Snyder from Springville, California, ranked 3rd in the nation in points with 50, 6th in goals with 33, 6th in assists with 17, and 7th in steals with 19. He also led the nation in sprint victories with 32. The Most Valuable Wrestler Award is sponsored by Colonel Terry R. Sylvester, United States Air Force retired, class of 1970, and Mrs. Janet Christie Sylvester, in memory of First Lieutenant Richard Christie II, class of 1970. Presenting the award is Colonel Dick Roshkob, United States Air Force retired, class of 1970, and wrestling coach Sam Barber. And our recipient is Cadet 4th Class Wyatt Hendrickson, Squadron 9. Freshman Wyatt Hendrickson went 16-5 overall with 3 major decisions, a tech fall, and 7 pins. Both wins and pins were the most on the team. He placed 3rd at the Big 12 Championships, went on to win 3 matches at the NCAA Championships, finishing 1 win shy of becoming an All-American. He was the first Air Force freshman wrestler to qualify for NCAAs since 2013. And this concludes the 2021 Director of Athletics Cadet Athletes Awards ceremony. If you would, please stand for the playing of the Air Force song. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for attending today's ceremony. Congratulations to all our recipients. Congratulations to the class of 2021, and go Falcons.